if you are considering visiting Kgalagadi specifically for birding, this may just be the book for you. This was sent to me to review, and I've taken a little while after it arrived to page through it, have a look at it properly, and get to know exactly what this book is about. After all, not all bird books are the same. They serve different purposes, they cover different regions, and they approach birds very differently. So this book in particular is not a fully fledged field guide like a Sassel or a Roberts or a Newman's or one of those, if you want to call it hardcore bird books, the proper field guides that more serious birders use. But this is a very good introduction and a good coverage of Kgalagadi as a birding area. What it does do, starting in the beginning of the book, is you have some introductory sections that are quite useful. There's an overall introduction to the book itself. There's a map so that you can obviously look up the areas that they're talking about. And then there's some general information about making the best use of this book and where it fits in the bird book landscape. So that you don't have to take other books with you, there's additional information about the habitats, the weather, those sorts of aspects of Kgalagadi. And then it goes into information about the birds, the types of birds you get there, and more specifically, the interesting information on how they have adapted to living in such a harsh, arid climate. There's additional information on how they find and make use of the scarce water resources there are. And then from there they go on to how birds deal with the shortage of food. And then, of course, other adaptations to how they've adapted to living in these harsh environments. And from there, it then launches into the birds that you can expect to find in Kgalagadi. Now, I say expect to find because there are about 175, 180 birds that are considered generally present at Kgalagadi, whether you're in a good rainy season or a drier season. There are a lot more incidentals that come and go and are hardly ever seen there. You know, birds where conditions have to be spot on. And this focuses mainly on the birds you're likely to see most of the time. They've then broken them down, and this is particularly useful for the casual traveler, the casual birder, the not so serious birder who knows their taxonomy and their families well in terms of navigating a bird book. So they've split it up into useful sections that most novices will know where to look in the book when they're traveling around Kgalagadi. So it opens with raptors or carnivorous birds. And you'll notice, for example, with the secretary bird, there's a star. And the secretary bird is given more space and more time. So these star birds are the iconic birds, the special birds, the interesting birds that the authors have decided need a little bit of extra space and focus because of their stature in the birding world. You then move on from your birds of prey. And the next section that you come to is nocturnal raptors, owls and owlets. It then goes on to terrestrial birds with long legs. So terrestrial being ground-based. And that covers your cohorns, your coursers, your lapwings, all those sorts of things, guinea fowl. And then it goes to aerial hunters, birds that hunt insects in flight. Your swifts, your swallows, your martins, drongos, all those sorts of birds, flycatchers, and so on. It moves on to smaller birds that forage in and around trees and shrubs. And so you page through, and it is very nicely divided for particular easy lookup for novice birders. You're in Kgalagadi, you see a bird, it's on the ground, it's flying, catching insects in the air. This bird will direct you where to go and then present you with the birds that you're likely to find. It's not a full-on RD guide. Yes, every bird has a short bit of text on some of the key RD features, but obviously this doesn't replace a full field guide. That having been said, most of these are the easier to identify birds. And so you go right through all the various families, the seed eaters, the works. So overall, a very easy to navigate book for the casual traveler to Kgalagadi. And like me, if you just love owning all bird books, the photography in here is top class. Good quality paper, really nice finish to the book. Good quality cover. I think overall a quality of a book that's gonna last. And I think very much if you're thinking of going to Kgalagadi, or if you definitely have a trip planned there and you're not taking a full field guide with you, you're new to birding, you want something that gives you the easy start to birding Kgalagadi, I can strongly recommend this book, and overall a pleasant addition to my library. I hope you found this book review interesting, and please subscribe, like this video, share it with your birding friends, and we'll see you for another book review soon.